Spider-Man! 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 What is that from? I don't remember. I think it's how it should have ended. Anyway, I have obviously seen Spider-Man Homecoming. And it is a story of Spider-Man coming to himself. It is a coming-of-age story primarily, and secondarily it is a Spider-Man versus the Vulture story, which illustrates kind of the backdrop of how the world is happening in this particular day and age. It's how things are going on in a world of heroes. So, you know, Tom Holland, he is a solid Spider-Man, not my favorite Spider-Man yet, but definitely a Spider-Man worth watching. You know, he's going through the growing pains. He looks like a little kid. I believe it's shot that way. You have Michael Keaton, one of the master actors of my time. I loved him as Batman. I loved him as Beetlejuice. I am never forgiving him for the remake of RoboCop. I am never doing that. I'm not saying he did a bad job. The fact that he was in that movie angers me so. It was so whelming. That movie was neither good nor bad. It was just merely whelming. It was such a tragedy being a remake of such a great classic, but I can forgive him for that, I guess. No, I can't. And then here he is as the Vulture, literally being a scavenger of technology from aliens and Avengers battles and whatever have you, and becoming a weapons dealer. So he is a Vulture both in that he has a Vulture motif as his costume, and a Vulture in that he takes things from the dead or from battles and such. So I enjoyed his performance thoroughly. I have to say he is the best Spider-Man villain to me so far. I haven't seen all the movies, but I honestly can't say. Maybe William Dafoe was it that played the Green Goblin. Maybe he will be at least on par, but I think Keaton is so far the best Spider-Man villain I've ever seen in any of these movies. It's my opinion. I know it's arguable, but that's where I am. And then another character I have to bring up is Jon Favreau's Happy. This is where the movie started souring for me. Not that Favreau did a failed performance, but he's basically saying, oh my god, I have to deal with this kid. And he doesn't like it. And he does that very well, but I felt that this was sort of where the movie started going the wrong direction, because it's like, look, you work for Mr. Stark, you do a lot of stupid things because Tony Stark says so. You're a bodyguard for frickin' Iron Man. Who is going to really going to need a bodyguard for Iron Man? People fight with Iron Man, but Iron Man steps out there and takes it on himself, and then you've got War Machine protecting Iron Man, and then there's this guy over here. So he's really kind of I don't know, he's a servant of Iron Man, and it's like, look, you were told you need to take care of Spider-Man, and it's a big plot point that this guy is underestimating Spider-Man and telling Spider-Man to sort of piss off and kind of being derelict in his job. So that's I didn't care for that plot point, but I enjoyed him as a character. I'm just saying the character didn't fit in the film. And there were a few other things. I mean, I noticed that there is a far more ethnic cast, and I don't feel it detracted from the movie. I don't feel it added to the movie. I am going to have to say that I don't want to spoil anything because I know it's the end of the movie sort of thing, but I have to say, can't we give minorities their own characters? I mean, why do we have to recycle white characters and put a minority on them? I don't really agree with whitewashing characters. Again, like my original Shredder, the guy from the Ninja Turtles cartoon show, was an African American. And it's like, well, yeah, but Shredder's Japanese. Like, okay, well, I never really thought about that. But now you're taking characters that are typically very clearly shown as being one race, and now they're another. And I'm going, why can't we just give these people their own? Don't they deserve their own characters? I mean, can't we create a larger universe? Do we have to recycle everything? I mean, you know, look, there is a point in this movie, and it's kind of a running point of this movie, where the Vulture takes and he says, you know, the rich men give us their table scraps, and there's a sort of big thing. It's cleverly done because I think it's all the studios will let them do, where they're giving a commentary on the billionaire class winding up with all the money and the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. And this is a clear thing that when you look at some of the criminals there, they're poor people. But those, they stick out like sore thumbs. Is that one, I forget his name, is very famous. He was in this movie. He plays this sort of hold-up man, and everybody thought he'd be Miles Morales, but he's the hold-up man, and you see him, he's got a car with a broken windshield, and he's just sort of a poor person. It's like, yes, he's a poor person. I get that. I understand that. I deal with that idea. He's the one that should be giving the speech about we take their table scraps. But no, he's a hard-working person that has to turn to crime because he needs the money, and they offer him the Ultron arm. He goes, look, I'm trying to hold somebody up, I'm trying to make a little money here. I'm not trying to blow someone back in time. So there's that aspect of the film, and again, like I say, I like the fact that he was kind of an original character, and they didn't recycle him. So here's a movie about recycling and us getting crap from the rich guys, and in the background there's something that is never spoken of, which is what we're doing is giving minorities our recycled characters. I don't agree with doing that. I don't say it's a big thing. I don't say it's a terrible thing. I'm just saying it's not jiving. It's not making the movie better or worse. We don't need to do it, but yeah, do it if you want to. I don't know. Just feeling like I should say something like, shouldn't the minorities be their own characters? And when am I going to see a Native American? The one dude hanging out with Peter Parker looks like a Samoan. I kind of like that. But when are we going to see a Native American in one of these movies? Have we seen that yet? Because I don't remember it. Anyway, so here it is. Spider-Man Homecoming. Go watch it. Good movie. Not stellar. I like the original Iron Man better.